Hello there, welcome to the channel, Loving Life on Less. My name is Liz, my husband's name is David, and we talk about all things money saving, wasting nothing, and living a full life, loving life on less. Now recently, in a lot of the press, certainly in the UK, there's been suggestion of shortages. In our supermarkets, there's several of the large supermarkets prohibiting people from buying more than 3 salad vegetables. This is peppers, tomatoes and cucumbers. Now obviously there is alternatives at this time of year. We've got such things as tinned tomatoes, and you can also get your dill cucumbers in jars, and you can also get bags of frozen peppers. We've also noticed that a lot of the smaller farm shops and smaller shops are having an issue with getting supplies for these vegetables. So whatever is the reason, whether it's the supermarkets not willing to pay the farmers a fair price, whether it's Brexit, whether it's worldwide supply issues, whether it's bad weather, as the media are trying to say, there are, in some shops, shortages. Now, we can't argue that food prices have really gone up in the last 18 months. In some areas, we've actually seen the price of some foods double. And one of the most expensive areas has become dairy. Now, milk and eggs and cheese, and certainly butter and cream, have all gone up in price. And this has made David and I step back a little bit and think, what can we do to bring the price of our grocery bill down? And one of them is make our own milk. Now, we have oats for breakfast quite a lot. And we've actually bought oat milk before in cartons from the supermarkets and found it to be a little bit sweet. But we've seen a few videos on the internet of people making their own oat milk, literally from oat milk and water. And it's worked successfully for them. So after a few trial and errors, we found the best way for us to make oat milk is this method we're going to show you now in this video. All you have to do is just prepare it overnight. You'll see that in the video. The best thing about this is not only do you get oat milk at the end of it for your tea and for your cereals and for baking and cooking, you also get to eat the oats, so nothing is wasted. It's a fantastic way of making your own milk. And if you still really, really love your dairy milk, that's not a problem, buy your dairy milk. But at least if you have the option to make your own milk, should the prices go through the roof, should there be shortages, or one day should you just not be able to get out to the shops, this is a great way of turning dry stores that you can keep for long periods of time, that being oats, into milk. Here's our video of us making our favourite oat milk recipe. So we found the best way to make a creamy oaty milk with nothing to it but oats and water is this simple. We've got our bowl of porridge oats for breakfast. There's enough oats here for me and Dave, and it's just in a bowl. And after we've used it for the oat milk in the morning, we shall use it for our porridge so nothing's wasted. So anyway, so we've got a bowl of oats, and on top of that we're going to use boiling water. We're going to use the equivalent of 2 bowls of boiling water. So whatever you put on your oats, you just double the amount of water to oats. And give it a little bit of a stir. And leave it till tomorrow morning and start the next process of making the oat milk. So I've got up this morning and the oats have absorbed all the water, but because it was hot water, they're also cooked. So what I'm going to add now is the equivalent again of the 2 bowls of water, and this is going to be the amount of oat milk we get. I'm now going to give it a really good mix around. So I've mixed the water in, just cold water, back in with the oats. I'm just going to leave it for 10 minutes and then I'm going to drain off the oats away and we'll have the oat milk left. Because the oats are already cooked, I'll be able to have them even as a porridge, curled, or sort of almost like a rice pudding curled with fruit or yoghurt, cinnamon, chopped nuts or whatever, chopped banana. Or I'll just be able to warm it through in the microwave, and it'll literally just be warmed through because the hot water overnight has cooked them. I'll be back in 10 minutes, we'll drain it through and we'll have our oat milk and our breakfast. Now I'm just going to use a big sieve over another pan and sieve off the porridge mixture. I'm going to leave it for a couple of minutes for it to sieve through, then I'll put the rest in and we'll have our oat milk. As you can see, it's just draining through nicely. So I've now got my oat milk. I'm now going to just pour it into, I'm going to use an old carton, well not an old, I used it last week and it's been cleaned out with scalding water and salt. A Tetra Pak carton, they've got foil on the inside. You could pop it into a glass jug if that's your preference. But what I like about pouring it into these is once you put the lid on, you can just give it a little shake before you pour it into your teacup or onto your oats or whatever, and it just helps it mix up a bit better. So using a funnel, I'm not going to film myself doing this because I can't do it with one hand, but using the funnel, I'm just going to pop the milk into the carton and then pop it in the fridge, and it should be okay for 48 hours. But this is probably about a day's worth for our cups of tea, which is generally what we'll have it in. What I actually like about this method, and I'm just popping it on an old black plate so I can show you, is by partially cooking it with the hot water on the night before, you get that sort of viscosity so it won't separate in your tea or your coffee or hot drinks, just like some of the milks do. And if you make oats from cold water, sometimes they can be a little bit slimy if you blend them down a bit. So I like to do it this way, but you can do whatever suits you. Should you wish to make the oat milk, it's just a good backup to have in your pantry. And my favourite part of it is that this is an organic almond milk, or was. But as you can see, the ingredients in it are water, almonds, salt, stabiliser, two different types of gums, and the emulsifier lecthins. So you've got all sorts of processed stuff, even in an organic product. So there's nothing better than using your oats, preferably organic if you can afford them. If not, don't worry about it. It's still a lot better than the shop-bought stuff. And water. You know exactly what you're eating and drinking. And this is just to show you. Hot cup of tea. Pop the milk in. Our oaty milk. Just give it a quick stir. And you've got a milky cup of tea. Tomorrow is the 1st of March. That means our free email newsletter with frugal tips and videos and ideas and shout outs is available to your email. So if you want a copy of our monthly email, it usually comes out on the 1st of each month. Please just send your email address to lovinglifeonless@yahoo.com and we'll make sure you get a copy of all of our monthly newsletters. Thanks for watching. Have you got any recipes that you like to make that are alternatives to the norm? Really cheap recipes that make you stretch your money further? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. We hope wherever you are in the world, you have a really, really lovely day, and we'll be back again soon with another video. Oh, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of our videos. Thanks a lot. See you again soon. Bye for now.